It's Week 8 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Ravens and the Barons, and it's all up next.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Brooklyn Barons and the Baltimore Ravens. Back with you from the broadcast booth, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you sense some excitement talking with both teams this week, or at least I did, because it's an interesting battle offensively. You've got 2 of the league's best rushing attacks on hand, and they both said that they have the same thought process. Whoever runs the ball better and sticks to that game plan the best, well, they'll have the best shot at winning the ball game.
And this one, I think, will resemble a track meet at times, because with all the running we're going to see, if these backs rip off a couple of big runs in the early going, that could really key this ball game. This is going to be exciting to watch, unless you're a defender trying to put one of those guys on the ground.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. An extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now Hall to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got the connection to Moore. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. 6 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
3rd in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong number. That means he's being consistent each and every time out.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now to put this one away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st down, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know, when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Hall ought to give up the middle to the 27-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage
and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Barons have got it back to within a score.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. John Franklin Myers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that, but they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them, and they play a game within the game, and you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Being chased out left. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys and trying to wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here's a give to Hall. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A handoff for Hall.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw is Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall, and he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
To throw again is Wilson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Breece Hall with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Barons go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gamble with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
Carlson on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. From just shy of midfield, Jackson.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll go option on second down, right side. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Ravens on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll run forward with Pollard. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
Oh, good move. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Gay's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25 on 2nd down, Wilson. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's Hall. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And that will be incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for naught. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Stout now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And Davis has it over the middle.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Wilson.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And now not wanting to risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where you see the final score there. Mac Jones, a very good performance as his guys run the record now to 5-2. From there, we head over to the Windy City to check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Justin Fields has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Tua Tagovailoa leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help my team break this streak of offense?
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Quinnen Williams in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Harris to return. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. They'll run. It's Hall. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. On third down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And it goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack. And it's going to lead him to fourth down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson.
He'll find Bateman once more.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quinnen Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Play action. Now Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Running left, it's Hall.
Fancy footwork at the 45. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Hall again.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Wilson now to throw on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
On third down, Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and that will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson.
Complete to Garrett Wilson. 8 yards.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now it's Wilson. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And a lot of confidence that they have to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Wilson.
Pass complete to Moore.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They'll run with Hall.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
To throw is Wilson. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Zach Wilson.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Barons have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your play.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 75 yards.
And the Ravens have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Gay is on for the point after. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Take it in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Ball again on second down.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll start with the option.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
43 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Jackson going to run.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a short gain here down to the 22.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Here's Jackson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Gets through and now an opening. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Nifty move.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing is Wilson. And my goodness, another interception.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only do they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, he'll get this one complete to Davis. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now Wilson on first down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
On third down, here's Hall. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first.
Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On first down, Wilson.
Right back to Davis. It's complete.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Zach Wilson
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Barons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go option to the short side. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
They go back to Pollard on second down.
And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tony Pollard, 35 yards.
And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Gay is on for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for Baltimore,
They level their mark at 4-4 on the year.
and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.